is day 79. 79. Oh my god. I am jumping on now because I am really cold. Normally my cold shower does the opposite, which is warms me up. But I finished work today. I was a little bit chilly through the day today. And then finished work and went to the gym, back at the gym again, and then came back, had my cold shower, and I have been shivering since, and I never shiver after my cold shower, and I've literally just been like, oh. So I don't feel sick, I'm not sickening for anything, I've got to put it out to the universe, I am well, I'm healthy, I'm strong, I'm all those amazing things, but I'm fucking freezing. So I am going to do this, and then I'm going to snuggle down with a big massive blanket and just chill out for the rest of the afternoon. And well, I say afternoon, it's 6:30, so rest of the evening. Let's think today, what's happened today. It's not been too bad actually. Emotionally, I've kind of felt a little bit stuck in the middle, like no epic highs or lows, which is great. Love those days. Have had some repetitive thoughts, which has just been, I've been trying to kind of like reprogram. I think I need to go through my Instagram again and kind of have another huge cull of accounts that I follow, because whilst some of them do provide me with like really motivational quotes that kind of, you know, inspire me and motivate me, there's a few accounts that I think stir up things that I might not be thinking about, and then suddenly I'll see something and I'll be like, oh fuck's sake. So yeah, I just had a massive huge cull on my Instagram. I had like, I think I had like 500 or 600 followers, and I'm down to 270, and I had 3,600. I was following about 3,600, and I'm down to 3,363. So I've, yeah, got rid of loads of accounts. Loads have been sold. Like I was going through and posts were coming up, and I'm like, there is no way on this earth I would follow an account for that. And you go onto it and you can see like there's posts about stuff that I would have followed. So it was either there was a dog account, there was a couple of other accounts, and then it had just changed to like fashion accounts, and I was like, no, I am not a fashion person. I dress because I have to, not because I don't have an aesthetic in kind of like, I've got to, like, clothes are just clothes, like I'm not bothered, but definitely not fashion. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. So yeah, but I think, yeah, there's times when I'm kind of like really trying to fight certain feelings and move on and forget things, and not necessarily forget, but kind of like, you know, it's done, you've got to move on, let it go and all that. And then a post will come up and I'll just be like, oh. But so yeah, I think maybe I'll do that over the next couple of days or something. Let's have a look. I have today, I think I did actually screenshot a couple of posts because I was just like, oh, I like that one. Yes, this one. So the quote is, it's simple. Treat yourself well while not harming others. Treat others well while not harming yourself. Love heals all. The universe. I love that. It is, I am, one of the things that I am learning, and it's, I still struggle with it, but I'm learning the benefits of it, is that I need to be completely, and this is going to sound really weird, I need to be completely in love with everything about me, and I'm not still. And it was funny when I was walking to the gym today, and I was just like, oh, was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get to the gym on Thursday, and Saturday my friend's coming down, so I'm probably not going to be able to get to the gym on Thursday, and Friday am I going to be well enough to go because I'm getting both my knees tattooed. And I was just like, we'll see how we feel. And you know, I tried to plan doing exercises today that I know I won't be able to do like Thursday, Friday, Saturday because of having like the second skin on and stuff. And so I've tried to kind of work those areas so that they can get a rest for a couple of days, which actually worked out quite well because I took my second skin off my arm tattoo today, and obviously didn't want to kind of like, only took it off when I got back from the gym, so it was still on, but I didn't want to be there like doing exercises that are pulling that part of my arm. So it worked out quite well to do kind of legs, and now it's off for the next couple of days. I can focus doing legs again, so that then when I get my legs tattooed, I can give them a rest, and hopefully my arm will be fixed and I can go back to doing weights from the waist up. So I'm starting to pre-plan and kind of get my head together on kind of what I want to go. But I realized one of the things, and it kind of came up yesterday, about finding my motivation. My motivation to kind of go to the gym, I think right back at the very beginning, was fueled by a lot of pain and anguish and that feeling of not being good enough and not being beautiful enough or thin enough, or you know, because when it's, I don't want to go into too much detail, but because I wasn't chosen, and I know what was chosen, and I know it's not anything like my aesthetic, I think there was an element of the sheer determination and motivation to go to the gym every fucking single day for 70 odd days came from this sheer pain of, I have to work my body. And even though I'm doing it to get strong and fit and healthy, I would be denying myself now I've had a week off to kind of like recover and to really evaluate what that time at the gym has done. And especially now my motivation has lapsed a little bit, and I'm like, okay, that was the motivation at the beginning, and that's what got me fired up. I would probably say by the time I hit kind of day 40, I was starting to go because I was noticing changes, like physical changes, and I want to get strong. I want to do my pull-up challenge, which is going really well. I'm starting to like be able to pull myself, probably only about half an inch, but that's half an inch that I couldn't do like 70 odd days ago. So, you know, I'm getting there. But I think what I've realized now is that that motivation, that pain that powered me through at the very beginning, had tailed off without me even noticing, and the joy of going and seeing changes and feeling stronger and fitter kind of from sort of day 40 up to 70 was the real motivation. And now I've kind of had a week away, and I've kind of like, that motivation has kind of stopped, and I'm going back, but without that kind of motivation. I want to get this done. It made me stop and just realize that, as well as making myself strong and fit and well and healthy and all those things, that the gym is what I want to go for and what I enjoy going for. Like seeing the changes in my body recently and how strong I've become is amazing. But when I thought about how I felt walking to the gym today, and I was just like, I've got to be honest with myself and say there was, right back at the beginning, an element of motivation that's no longer there. Like I don't feel like I need to go because I need to like, it's hard to explain. It's kind of like, I suppose it's the whole gym thing. When you split up with someone, you go to the gym, you want to force yourself to get better and do all those wonderful things and stuff like that. And that's never been my motivation. But it's only been since I've had this week off that I've thought, actually, I think maybe there was a small element of not feeling good enough, which was why I was going. Like I don't think I've ever gone to the gym and kind of said, I'm doing this to get thinner so that, and you know, so I can win them back, because I'm probably never going to see or speak to them ever again. So that's never been a purpose in it. But I would be lying if I said that there wasn't some element of kind of not feeling good enough, and maybe that was a motivation, and now that's gone, which is great. I need to balance and make sure that the gym is providing its purpose, which is to make me strong and to make me healthy and to get me fit. Not that I'm not fit by any means, but I want it to do a specific task, which is to get me strong. So I need to make sure that I'm now not just going and powering through blindlessly. Like, I am focusing on going with something in mind. I'm still doing my 3-3-3 challenge, although today I did 4-4-4-4, like 40 reps on 4 different machines, because I did say I was going to do that for 3 months, and I thought, oh, maybe now's a good time to kind of up it. So maybe I'll do the 4-4-4-4 now, and start doing that for the next 4 months. But my learning today is, and it's weird because I'm jumping straight into the learning, not the quote. My learning today, oh no, I did do the quote, didn't I? Oh God. I did do the quote, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Because I was just like, yeah, it's... See, this is why I swear my brain is frozen. Like, maybe that's it. My learning today is to think about how I can, how or why I'm going to get my brain, because like I said, there are still parts of me. I look at myself in the mirror and I say to myself, and you know, and I say on here, I love you all the time, but there are still parts, like I still catch myself catching parts of myself in the mirror, and I don't instantly have a, oh, you're beautiful, oh, you know, you're sexy, or you're gorgeous, or I don't instantly think that, which is crazy because I did before I met them. Like there wasn't a part of my body that I didn't like. I was happy with everything. Like I'd grown to, you know, accept that my body has changed over the years and it's never going to be what it was when I was in my 20s, and every wrinkle on my body and every part of my skin that's changed is just a, you know, a story and a memory of how far I've come in life. And, you know, what happened previously really kicked the, you know, the wind out my sails. And, you know, I don't like not looking at myself and being totally content with who I am. I miss that. I miss how accepting I was about myself before I met them. I don't like this part of me that I have to admit still exists. And I need to work on not just going to the gym and getting stronger and fitter and stuff, because seeing the changes in my body has made me look and go, you know, yes, I can do this. But I need to make sure that I'm balancing it with the mental side, that I am. And this is where I don't know how to do this. Like, how do you learn to love yourself again? Like, is it just keep telling yourself, or is there something you can do? Like, is there, I don't know how else to do it. Like, I need to look into what are the things I need to be doing to get back to loving everything about me, knowing that I am good enough and everything about me physically is as beautiful as everything inside of me. Like, I don't know how to do that. It took me, you know, we're talking double figure years, probably from 2010 to 2023. So what's that? It took me 12 years to get my confidence back up. So I know it's not going to be an instant overnight thing, but I can't remember what I did in that process. I know I was very closed and very, I don't want a relationship. I don't, I never want a relationship. And that's not where I am now. So I'm maybe living my life, looking at life differently. Maybe it was easier to kind of learn to love myself when I was blocking everyone out, because I'm like, well, I love me, no one else needs to, and if they want to, I'm not going to let them. Whereas now I do want to keep my life open, and I want to love people, and I want people to love me, and I feel very vulnerable, and I kind of feel like I'm not as confident with myself. So yeah, that's my learning, is to spend time and try and do some research and look into what ways can I learn, what daily practices can I have to build up my self-confidence and my self-worth, to know that when I look in the mirror, what I see is beautiful again. Like, I can't remember, I want to feel that way again. Yeah, I'm just frustrated that I let someone take 12 years worth of healing away from me. And no, it's wrong to say that. I allowed it. They didn't do anything. They were just them. I allowed everything that happened to happen. I don't have any blame for them. They were just them. I had a choice. I chose the wrong thing. Like, you can't go through your life blaming other people for how you feel. Like, when people go, oh, he made me so mad. No, he did something. You chose to get mad. The same as you can choose to just ignore them. The same with the analogy that I said. If someone calls you ugly in a language you don't understand, it doesn't have an impact. So why would, if someone calls you ugly in a language that you do understand, you have a choice, the same, to just go, that means nothing to me because I don't believe it, or I don't understand it, or everything that we do is our own specific choice. No one makes us do anything. No one's actions make us do anything. When you say, you made me angry, you made me react that way, that's someone not taking accountability for their actions, and that's not me. Like, I allowed and chose all the actions that I accepted, and all my behavior was a choice, and there are lots of things I would do differently given the same opportunities. However, I don't blame anyone. I just realize now that the reason I was so triggered in certain situations is because I think maybe that was my intuition screaming that I was losing myself. And when, they say love is blind, I just didn't see anything else than wanting to provide for this person, wanting to be the best for them, wanting to push them to be the best that they can be, like invest in them physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually. I'd done as much of that as I could, until I realized that they didn't want that from me. So yeah, but in that whole process, I think the one thing I've learned is you have to love and honor and keep yourself. You can't keep giving and giving and giving and giving, because you'll just lose yourself. So I need to find myself again, and I need to find that ability to look in the mirror and to just see this beautiful human being that has survived all her bad days, and despite everything that's happened to her, physical, pain and abuse, mental pain and abuse, financial pain and abuse, like not just from partners, but from family members, like just, it doesn't matter what gets done to me. I refuse to let it change me and to turn me into the people that have hurt me. Every time I get hurt, I will take it on, I will swallow it deep, and I will never pass that pain on to anyone else. I know I haven't always. I know my triggers, like when I've been triggered and I've tried to communicate and say, I'm triggered, what do I do? In those instances when someone doesn't understand, whether it be a family member, a friend, or a partner, I've got really frustrated. And I know there's been times when I've probably have inadvertently hurt people that I really love and care about, but it's just through sheer frustration in them not understanding what I'm trying to say or do, or them not understanding how I feel. But I've never been intentionally harmful to anyone. So my gratitude today is for I think my gratitude today is for one of the things that I've had said to me multiple times, and that is that I have good insight. Apparently it's a term within the sort of the mental health or psychology industry that determines a person understands what their brain, like the way it was explained to me is like you have good insight of, you know, when you're having a good day and when you're having a bad day, and you have good insight into recognizing your triggers and not wanting to pass that on. You have good insight into, you know, recognizing that to fix yourself you have to take accountability for the things that the problems you've caused. And you know, as much as I believe that I'm a good person, someone may see me as toxic, someone may see me as someone they dislike, and that doesn't mean that I'm toxic. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. It just means that we're not compatible human beings, as in like a friendship or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm grateful that my brain, through all of this trauma, has developed this insight and wants me to stop when pain is put onto me. I almost want to be like, they talk about, you know, ending generational pain and stuff, be the last person, be the change. And although I don't have children to kind of like pass this on, anyone I encounter in my life, if they give me pain, that stops with me. Like, I refuse to take any pain that's put onto me from anyone else that's struggling. I refuse to take that personally and to pass it on to anyone else, because then I'm just as bad as the people that have hurt me. I will take that pain and I will turn it into love twofold and make sure that I pass it on as love to everyone that I have in my life. So I'm grateful that my brain has developed that mechanism, because apparently not everyone has that, which is weird. But then when I got told I had OCD, and the psychiatrist explained it to me, he's like, you do realize not everyone thinks like X, Y, and Z. And he kind of gave me some scenarios back for how my brain works. And I was just like, what? People's brains don't work like that? Like, I learned the other day that not everyone has a running commentary in their brain 24/7. Like, for every waking hour I'm up, and even sometimes when I'm asleep, I have this voice commentating my whole life, like telling me, don't do that, do that, don't do that, touch that, be careful of that, watch that, you know. And it comes with flashes of visions of things, you know, hundreds a day. And I've had this since I was 6, so I've always thought this was normal. This is what every human being on the planet has. And it wasn't until I got to like my last diagnosis and got told, no, that's not how everyone's brains works. And it was like, oh, okay, that makes slightly more sense. People aren't seeing and hearing all these things, then yeah, that makes sense why people can maybe misunderstand me. But yeah, so I'm grateful that my brain has developed mechanisms that allow me to stay soft and kind and lovable, rather than mechanisms that have made me get angry and bitter and cold and resentful, and to shut things off and to close things down. Like I don't ever want to be that person, ever, because those people don't live happy lives. They don't go through lives creating happiness for other people. And I want to be on my deathbed, I want people to stand up and say, she always made me smile, she always made me happy, she was a beacon of happiness, you know, no matter what happened to her, she always looked for the positive in everything, and she was always willing to go over and above, and for anyone and everything, and she was, yeah, I want that to be my legacy. So no matter what happens to me, I have to stay soft and lovable and kind and all those things. So I'm glad that my brain, thank you brain, for developing that mechanism and allowing me to work towards being the better person, the good person that I want to be. So that's it. That's my journal for today. I'm going to get off and get this uploading and then just go and chill out and chill out. I'm fucking freezing. The last thing I want to do is chill out. I want to warm up. I'm gonna go grab a blanket and just warm up, and relax for the evening, because like I said, it's today's first day back at the gym. I did power it a little bit, and I am feeling a little bit like, oh, that's a bit achy. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. But Stacey, that little voice that's in the back of your mind that is telling you, oh, it's nearly day 80, you haven't got this. What you've got to understand is it's taken you to this age to even start to learn to drive. Like, to think that you can conquer everything. Like, what's June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So what's that? You didn't in June. So you've waited. You got your license when you was 16, 17. You've driven for a majority of your life, and then you've had 20-something, 30 years where you've never even wanted to get lessons. You've always just driven your mum's car and stuff like that. And now you're, in the back of your mind, you're beating yourself up because in 7 months you've gone from not being able to drive or having any lessons, or not well, you can drive, but not having driven for 10 years and not having a car, and in 7 months you've passed your theory test, you've bought a car, you've got your test booked in 2 months, you've got all your lessons booked in. That little voice in the back of your mind that's like, oh, you're not doing anything, you should be getting done quicker and quicker. Like, you've gone 40-something years not getting your license. 7 months in the whole scheme of things is nothing. Just give yourself a break. Chill out. You've got to remember, all the dreams that you have, all your goals, all your desires, they don't happen overnight. They're not going to happen in 30 days. They're not going to happen in 70 days. They're probably not going to happen in 365 days. They're probably not going to happen in 600 days, some of them. You have to just give yourself a break. Like, I know that number because you say it every day and you can see it creeping up, and you're like, I want more, I want more. Let this time be your opportunity to practice patience. One of the things that you've always struggled with is you've got to have it and you've got to have it now. Practice patience. This is, that little voice is screaming for you to just give yourself a break and practice some patience. Everything that you want is coming to you, but it will come at the right time and the right speed and the right, when you're ready. Like, you cannot force these things to happen faster than you are. You are doing everything you can. Because you are doing everything you can, let go of that pressure that you're putting on yourself. That's it. That's all I've got to say. Just be kinder to yourself. Give yourself a little bit more compassion. Practice patience. That's it. All right? Just take it easy. Just understand that I know you're itching to get everything done, but you're going to pass your test in December, and your work colleague has just passed their test. So like it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And once you've got your license, your life is going to be so different. Like, you're not going to have evenings like this where you're like, oh, I just want to go for it. I want to get out, go for a little drive, and I want to do this, and I want to visit that, and I want to go there, and I want to drive to a pumpkin patch, and there's a little place that I've seen online, and my bestie keeps a message going, can we go here when you've got your license? Can we go there? Can we go here? And it's making you so excited that you want to do all these things now, but just practice patience. Make a list of all the places you want to visit, and just practice patience. Everything will happen. Just understand, allow this to be the universe's way of saying, Stacey, just take it back a bit. Just chill. That's maybe why I'm cold, because the universe is saying, look, you won't chill in your brain, so we're going to make your body chill. Like, seriously, just chill. Everything's going to happen. I believe in you. I trust you. There is nothing that gets thrown at you that you can't handle. Like, some of the stuff that you've done in your life is phenomenal. Don't forget that. Remember, everything that you want will happen. Just believe, keep aiming for it, keep working towards it. Don't give up. I love you. I'm proud of you. And yeah, just keep, on days when you can feel that voice getting louder and louder, use that insight, that good insight that so many counselors and psychiatrists and people have said, you've got really good insight. Do you know that? Take their advice. They're the experts. Take that advice and say, I do have good insight, so I know that everything is going to work out fine. You just need to have patience. And on that note, I love you. Go warm up, drink some more water. You haven't had much water today. You've got 2 days and then you've got a day off. So yeah, I love you. Let's just let's go do some learning. Let's go and give the grey matter a bit of a testing, because today work was a little bit kind of like, oh, this is considerably easy on the brain. Yeah, let's go squeeze the grey matter and get some learning done this evening. So on that note, take it easy, sleep well. I love you, and stay kooky.